Welcome back to Flint Creek Transport. My name is Justin. Here in my truck because it is super windy outside and it's going to be a little difficult when I'm shooting video. I don't have any good, I forgot my mic. So I'm going to just sit in my truck here for a little bit and do a little bit of chatting. I also want to show you guys the dash cam footage of the truck and trailer. Obviously that is the trailer that got rolled. It is back. We unhooked the truck from it, and I just wanted to give you guys a little more info. I kind of just went over it real quick on that on the previous video. So this is kind of an update, kind of what we found on some of the, like the truck and the trailer, and also want to put the dash cam footage in here too. So I just want to talk to you real quick about the weather in New York. Our weather is kind of weird because we get these lake effects or snow squalls that come through, and I'm often watching the radar, and I look and see the storms. You can basically see the storm on the radar coming through. It's pretty cool. But anyway, you can see it hit. Like it's almost a wall of snow that hits, and there can be total whiteout for half an hour, and then it clears up. And you know, some of them are really bad and some of them aren't so bad. And the area where this guy rolled, you know, there was a snow squall coming through or a little lake effect blizzard coming through, and you know, it was a more narrow portion of the road. It was a very familiar road. So the driver has been on this road 1,000 times or more. Like it's not far from here at all. It was only 15-20 minutes away or 10 minutes away, and he's very familiar with the road, and I think that gave him the confidence to be like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna, you know, keep going here because I know this road. And you know, that was the mistake. So it was total whiteout conditions. I remember, you know, that morning I was headed into the gym, and it was brutal. It was really, really bad. But anyway, so it was also, yeah, like I said, a more narrow portion of the road. And the other thing that we struggle with up here is alongside the road, we have these big road ditches. And if you remember that other truck that rolled over, there was a big ditch there. If we were in the south, we wouldn't have these big ditches, and you could literally go plowing right off the road and into a field and not roll the truck. So here they have the ditches to take away the snow. So they'll plow the snow, plow the salt and slop and all that stuff into the ditch and let that build up, and you know, it runs away. They also use the ditches to keep the water out of the roads. So we have a heavy or a deep freeze thaw in New York. So it gets really, really cold, and when things freeze, they expand. And if you don't have, or I should say, if you have moisture in your road, like in your sub base of your road, if you have moisture in there or water problems, it just destroys the road, that freeze thaw. So these ditches are also used to drain the roads or make sure that there's good drainage. That definitely helps. So it's a combination of things is why they have the ditches. Anyway, so when a truck goes off the road into a ditch, typically they lay it over. So that's a little backstory. And this driver is, he's got more experience driving, or he drove more years than I've been alive, probably. So I don't know for sure, but it's close. Like he's been driving a long time. He's been with us ever. We bought out Terry Bodine, and he's been with us ever since. So anyway, these are things that are very unfortunate. No, it's not going to break our company, but it is, it's more painful because we end up paying for it at the end of the day. It doesn't affect our premium like it would affect a premium with traditional insurance, but it still does have an effect at the end of the day. We still want to make sure, you know, I want to make sure that, you know, we get everything covered. But anyway, that we're waiting on the insurance adjuster to come out and to give us an update or let us know what they're going to do with the trailer and the truck. Pretty sure that both of them are fixable or salvageable, and it's just a matter of getting it back, getting this. You know, this is just waiting for the insurance adjuster. As soon as that's done, this trailer is going to be going to Ohio. Pretty sure it's going to go to Ohio for to get repaired. So we're going to pull the bows and get all that stuff off of it, and it's going to go out, get repaired at Mac, and the truck we're going to take care of ourselves. I'll hop out. It's a little windy, so I don't know if you'll hear me or not, but I'm going to hop out and show you a little more, walk around the trailer, show you some of the damages and things that need to get replaced. And yeah, so let's go look at this trailer. Oh, guys, we're gonna stop for a quick break. I got a package from IMT Transport, which is pretty cool, and it's got their calendar. Oh, it's got their calendar in here. So they got some beautiful trucks. Love it. Thank you. Also, so this is the collector card for. This was a collector card for January, and then this is the collector card for February. So this is truck 148, and this is another Peterbilt glider. Both of these trucks are 2019s, and they're pretty much twins. They were some of the last gliders. This is a friend of ours, and this is one of ours. So yeah, these were the last trucks to roll out of the factory that were actual factory gliders. And the way you get these collector cards is they ship with every bag of coffee. Go to hammerdowncoffee.com or Flint Creek Merch, and they are shipping with every bag of coffee that gets sold. So that's how you get the collector cards. All right, guys, let's go out here and check this out. Quick look here at the sidewall. You can see how it's caved in, and then also you can look at the front corners damaged. That's going to get replaced. They're going to straighten out the sidewall. Real quick, under the trailer, this A-frame, standing back from a distance, this A-frame is tweaked underneath the trailer. That's probably going to just get replaced. And obviously the tarp is going to get replaced. You can see how this boat is starting to crack. So this is going back to Mac, and so hopefully it's factory repairs. For those of you that don't know this, Mac actually owns Trailstar. So I don't know if I don't know when that happened. It was maybe 5 years ago. So I think this was still Trailstar back then, but Mac kind of assumed and took over warranties and things like that. So otherwise though, everything else seems pretty solid on this trailer. This side really is no damage. This side looks good. These are all aluminum trailers. It really comes down to is the A-frame, and that other side is what got damaged pretty bad. So that'll get replaced. I already have a quote. They did a fantastic job of getting back to me with a quote, getting back to me with here's what it's going to cost. So it's just a matter, I'm waiting on the insurance adjuster. So as soon as they come out and get their deal done, this is leaving. This is coming, getting pulled in. We're gonna get the rest of the tarp off of it, and then we're gonna send it out. So Ohio, where it goes, is probably about 5 or 6 hours from here. There you can see the tarp laying in there. But we're gonna get all those bows out, get it all ready for the guys. So it doesn't look terrible, but it was enough to cave that wall in, unfortunately. But till we get this thing back, I'm hoping that this thing is nice and straight again. All right, guys, we're gonna go in and take a look at the truck. And while we do that, I'll talk a little bit about like how we handle these things. And these are very, very unfortunate events that happen. They can happen to anybody. And I'm not, this is a preventable accident. This could have been avoided, but unfortunately snow did play a huge factor into it. And it's tough because, you're a seasoned driver and it's snowing crazy, and yeah, it's difficult to see, but sometimes it's those minor, well, they can be very big details that play into all this. So we look at driving records, we look at safety scores, we look at all this stuff, but I'm absolutely going to keep the driver around. It's not like he had multiple rollovers, multiple events. And, as I've said before, is typically typically with insurance is like about, they say a law of averages is 1 in every 8 years is a big year. So with 30 trucks, it's going to happen. You know, whether you have one truck, it's going to happen. I don't know what our percentage is, but I can say this is we had basically we had one rollover back in 2000. I want to say in 2007, maybe 2008, somewhere in there. We had a rollover. Other than that, we had our dump truck. That was not a rollover, that ran into a pillar. But as far as rollovers, it wasn't until just this past year. So it's like we've been blessed. We've been very blessed. This could have been so much worse. And I look at some guys are like, oh, you got to hire better drivers. Well, this could happen to anybody, and these are tough things, and we kind of work through it. We see how people respond and how they how they want to move forward, and we hope that everyone is going to make better decisions. I know it can happen to me. Sometimes it's just it's spur of a moment, or one quick decision or one wrong decision can do so much damage. I want to also talk a little bit on the speed of the truck. He was going very slow. So he was already, I think, around 20 mile an hour or less. And when he actually laid over, there was very low speed, because the corn, you can see by the corn, it did not just fly all out. It was pretty much like this. There was a little bit spilled front, but not much at all. So that was, that at least he, it's not like he was cruising through at 50 mile an hour. I don't feel it was necessarily reckless, but it was still, when you can't see, 20 mile an hour is still too fast. And it's hard because, again, it's a narrow road, and to just pull your brakes and stop and put your four-ways on, and you hope no one runs into the back of you. There's so many things at play that go through your mind. You want to find a safe spot to pull over. So all right, let's go check out this Peterbilt glider that got laid over. Alrighty guys, we're gonna get started on this truck 142 and give you a quick look at it. Got the hood flipped and window covered. It was sitting out for about a day, but you can see some of the damage where it pushed against it. Again, this is one we're waiting. We're waiting on the adjuster to come out and figure out exactly what the total will be. Just looking at it, we try to get an idea, gauge it of, how much we're going to get into it, or kind of an idea. But engine-wise, mechanically, so far, all that we can tell, everything should be fine. The driver was able to shut the truck off, which is great. But you can see some of the damages up on the hood, or sorry, up top on the roof. It is actually pushed in a little bit. You probably can't see it on the camera, maybe you can, but it is pushed in a little bit. And then when you're looking at that on the other side, there's some rust that's bubbling a little bit up there. So it's like you might as well just put a new roof cap or get that fixed right away. And it's same way on the other side. It looks the same on the other side. Some of these little things, like some of that, not too worried, but the hood is kinked. The fender there is kinked. The hood is tweaked a little bit. We'll probably just end up, you can see there, it's almost tore. Probably just end up putting another hood on and leaving this one as a spare. Step got pushed up. Exhaust is broken off. This is a common problem for Peterbilts, that they start to push out and rust right here. And this one was actually resealed and fixed, but obviously back here, this is all gonna get a new panel. We're gonna fix this in the back. This panel comes around to here, and then this corner panel. Along the back here, this will all have to get readjusted. New bags, new suspension, new shocks and stuff. And it is kinked a little bit over there. I don't forget, I was talking with Trevor a little bit on this, so we might end up replacing this panel right away too. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's not bad, but some of these things we're going to talk about and see what we want to get into. So This tank looks like a little dent into it, not much. This bracket cast is broken. So more than likely we're gonna probably end up pulling the cab and sleeper, like separating them, getting them worked on. And we're gonna hopefully make this a quick project. You know how quick projects we think they're gonna go, but it ends up taking longer than what we think. But anyway, we wanna get this back on the road as quick as we can. We got a big summer ahead of us, and we're hoping to keep as many trucks as we can rolling. Obviously a breather, but we're gonna get to ordering parts as soon as we're able to. One of these things that, yes, like I said, is very frustrating, but unfortunately, these things happen. I'm sure there will be little things, engine mounts, and like some of that little stuff we got to get checked and make sure. But this side, really not that much damage. You can see the cab, lights in the way, but tried to get some of that stuff fixed up right away. Oh, and it's a little bubbly up there. So we'll come up with a good plan, get this thing back on the road. Looking good again. And again, it could have been much worse. So I'm thankful that no one else was involved and no one got hurt. Driver was sore for a few days, but no one got hurt. Could have been driving a lot faster, and demolished it. So this is definitely still salvageable. All right, guys, so there you have it on the truck 142 and that Mack trailer, or sorry, that Trailstar trailer. Those that Trailstar was a very nice trailer. That was the newest dump trailer that we have. And that glider, unfortunately, that was a very nice glider as well. But we'll get them fixed back up and back on the road. We did have another accident. So this accident actually happened before, and we're just in the process of working through that one. Nobody was hurt. It was someone else's fault, thankfully. Still working through it, and I'm going to share that one with you as well. That was actually involving our service truck, so no semi trucks involved. Basically, our guy was turning, and someone ran into the side of him. So I'll show you that incident probably in one of the next videos. And enough of all these accidents. I'll tell you, it's been a month. I'm ready to get through it. Oh, guys, and I wanted to mention, if you're watching this video, usually release on Wednesday, I'm probably not going to be in the country. I am going out of country. So some of my next videos are going to be of a trip that I'm taking out of country into Guatemala to see a trucking company in Guatemala. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.